subscribed show. I'm Cole Spivey. Linda's back there getting ready in the shower. And I have Kitty here. And today is Thanksgiving. And I am thankful for my little kitty here, Edmund, who is the star of one of my children's books. Yes, I write. I like to write. I've been writing since I was about 17 years old. And I wrote a children's book called Mid-Cities Boulevard Squirrels. And Edmund is the farmer's cat, if you read the story. But you got to read it. And you go to fictionpress.com and you put in my pen name, Ash Cole. It's spelled exactly like my name, only you put an ASH before my name. It's called a pen name. It's an imaginary name that you write under. Or you can call an alias, or some people call it a pseudonym. But it's a second name. It's a name that you write that's not your real name. Yeah, okay, I heard that.
I'm Amanda.
Oh, the whole world is. Oh, the whole world is. Ah, the whole world is. Right. The whole world is what I say on that one. I think people over-prescribe everything. Anyway, here's the kitty, and he's going to go onto the couch. And would you come along and join us? Shall you? That'd be great. Thanks. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention I haven't jumped in the shower yet. As soon as I jump in the shower, my hair will look less like Einstein. Oh, another thing, I'm growing my hair down really long like Neil Young. You see, it's kind of overcast and a little cloudy. I don't know if you can see. Foggy. It's a little foggy out. You can kind of see it right here. This is a Thanksgiving day. Kind of like
Instagram-ish.
Yeah, too much Instagram.
Look at me. I'm pretty. I'm blonde.
November 24th states that today is Thanksgiving. And man, it is foggy. So are you excited about Thanksgiving?
Yes, I am. Gobble, gobble, y'all.
Yeah, Linda's going to bring food to your table. And we are headed right now onward. And I'll be dropping food at your doorstep. Yes, at your very doorstep. I will drop the food, maybe ring the doorbell. At least you put a note saying don't ring the doorbell. And then I'll just drop it and send you a text. Oh, today's your grandpa's birthday? So your grandpa's birthday?
Yeah.
How old is he?
I think he would have been.
Oh, he would have been. It would have been his birthday.
Yeah, he passed away.
Okay.
I think he would have been 1934.
He was born in 1934? What did your grandpa, did he do anything like go to the Korean War or anything like that?
Yes, he did.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
He went to the Korean War?
Correct.
What did he do in the Korean War?
I don't know exactly. It was kind of like hidden a little bit.
Yeah, that was just very secretive.
It was on his grave, yes.
Oh, so on his grave it talks about the Korean War?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That was 12, 14 years ago. So I guess it would be 76.
Huh. That's interesting.
He was 72. He was in his 70s.
Yeah, my grandfather was in World War II. He was, I think maybe Pacific. I don't know, or maybe Atlantic. I don't remember which way. I think he said Pacific. I think he was Pacific. And then
the only one I can
my
get
father
a
was
hold
drafted
of
to Vietnam, but he ended up just being a teacher. Your grandma?
No. Grandma from Louisiana, from the French side of the family.
Oh, your grandma's from Louisiana?
Yeah, I'm from Louisiana.
Okay. Don't you say there's a hidden treasure?
There is.
It's a hidden treasure in some property in Louisiana.
Why did my grandpa send me $1,000?
So there's hidden treasure. Where is the treasure at?
I don't know.
Where do they live in Louisiana?
None of your business. Get that shit out of my face.
You don't remember where they live? They live in Louisiana, though, right? In Louisiana?
Sure.
What's that show called? Outer Banks, where they're looking for the treasure. Yeah, Linda and I are almost cast in a North Carolina TV series. It was a narrative.
Oh, we need to go on there.
Yeah.
I think they were coming out.
Yeah, it's called Oceanside. and they were going to cast Linda and me.
You don't know yet.
We were going to be actors in it. We don't know about it yet, though. It's kind of like Outer Banks, but set in North Carolina. We're still waiting on it. They've done a lot of advertisement on it. They were looking for funding. Supposedly Jason Bateman was going to be on it, but then I don't know if they got him. But it's kind of an Ozarks / Outer Banks kind of thing.
What about you for days? Yeah, I know. The nearest one is San Antonio. I work at the one in Fort Worth. Oh, you think I'm going to get free food? They're cheap-ass bastards. Sorry.
So you can see this Thanksgiving is very rainy. Lots of fog. And there must have been a lot of rain last night. So we're going to have to kind of be on the lookout. Been reading a lot of Cormac McCarthy, and The Road. He won a Pulitzer Prize for that book. But Cormac's had a really crazy life. He wrote one called The Passenger that I don't know if they're going to be able to turn that into a movie, but they say it's mostly character-based rather than plot. You know, like No Country for Old Men is very plot-based. But there's characters in it, too. But The Passenger is a very weird, it's very strange. It's a very strange book. I read the sample of it, but I'm thinking about rereading it. But I've been listening to The Road, and that's the one Oprah Winfrey likes, and it won a Pulitzer Prize. And man, there's some segments in that are violent. But it's violent in a different way, not really gore. Well, there's gory moments in it, but it's very creepy. It's an apocalyptic book. But I think in a way, when you listen to it, you think about kind of like everyday things, you know. You don't really think of the apocalypse, you know, if there is an apocalypse, or, you know, like if there would be something like that. Kind of like a zombie film, something like that, you know. But the enemy in it, the characters that are kind of scavenging are trying to survive. So they're all hungry, and civilization's been kind of decimated, and everyone's trying to survive in it, and so it's about survival. It's a very interesting book. He's kind of a thinker, a philosopher. A lot of people see it as very religious, like a very spiritual book. I see some of that in there, but not a whole lot. You know, I don't see like it's. Some people have even gone to say that when he wrote Blood Meridian, he was trying to rewrite the Torah. You know, I don't really go for those kinds of things. I'm a Yale professor talking about that. But I don't know. I think some of it, there is some religious aspects to it, but not really religion as much as something that's sacred. And, you know, at times he even gets kind of atheistic, but you don't really know his stance. I would like to say that he's a believer, but when they ask him, you know, do you believe in God? He always says it depends on what day it is. I thought it was an interesting thing. Studying Cormac McCarthy, you begin to learn that you're actually studying language. He's very developed in language in his own personal way. So he likes to explore language and where it comes from. And one thing I notice about him is that he's very aware that characters will say the same things over and over again. I think in The Road, one of the characters says okay over and over. Things like that, little things in language, which I think can develop and change with the character over time. Because when it comes to a show, language is everything. Of course, at least it's like a mime show or pantomime, then it's body language, but that's still language. In storytelling, language is what is used to tell the story. Meaning, it can be in movement, it can be in what the person wears, or how the person looks, or it can be in what the person says. But in writing, you don't want to just focus on what the person says. Same thing in plays. Oh, another thing. I also watched a play last night. Annie Baker wrote a play. She's a Pulitzer Prize winning, speaking of the Pulitzer, she's a Pulitzer Prize winning playwright. And she wrote a play called The Flick. But what I was watching was a play called Body Awareness, which is interesting. It's one of her early works. And I noticed there's a lot of detailed stuff in the play. And when I watch a play, I'm always wondering, the thing I always wonder when I watch a play is I always wonder, did the playwright author that in there? Did the playwright put that in there? Is that what the playwright wanted to happen? Or is that what the director wanted? So when you watch a play, you never know exactly what the playwright intended to be in there, because you have a thing called the director and also the actors, and you never know exactly, at least you have the play memorized, you never know exactly if that's what the playwright wrote, meaning did the playwright use those words? Now here's an interesting thing about Broadway, if you ever go see a Broadway play. So if you ever go to Broadway and you see a play, actors are held accountable for everything they say while on stage. So if you're an actor on Broadway and you don't speak the right words that the playwright wrote, then you can be fined money. Unless you're famous. Unless you're famous, yeah. If you're famous, it's different, because then they get lawyers and they can all go to court and everything. But if you're not famous and you're an actor and you're on Broadway and you mess up and you say the wrong words, then you are fined and it could possibly be fired from the play. It's interesting. But see, life isn't that way, though. In life, we can say, oh my God, there's a tree that fell down right over there. You didn't see it, but I saw it. A tree that fell down. It's really kind of muggy out. But in life, you can say whatever you want, really. Well, you can kind of. Now, there are some rules in YouTube that people don't realize. I always tell Linda, I call it sailor talk. And what that means is that there's certain words you can say and certain words you cannot say. So you can't say H-E double hockey sticks, but you can say heck. You can't say S-H-I-T, but you can say poo or poop. You see? So we do have rules and regulations on script. If you thought that this was all improv, well, it's not quietly, because there are certain words that we admit as we improv. But you don't know if it's written, memorized, or not. Nor will you ever. They have a thing called a virtual restaurant, and it's an online restaurant. So it's not a real restaurant, but it is a restaurant. It's another company that uses the other company to make their food. So what that implies is that probably some Hooters are open on Thanksgiving and sometimes they're not. But the virtual restaurant, it's like Chase Chicken or something. I couldn't even figure it out. Something Chase Chicken, blah, blah. A lot of places are gonna be closed on Thanksgiving. And this is gonna be an interesting vlog, because we're gonna see who's open and who's not. And you can see this parking lot looks kind of dead, but some places are going to be actually open for Thanksgiving. So they are going to be able to get food, just not at Hooters. This one's called, a seafood place called I don't even know how to say that. I guess Melicon, I don't know. Melicon. I can't even pronounce it, I have no idea. Anyway, we'll be heading this way. What's funny is it's supposed to be raining all day tomorrow, which is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday, but today is Thursday, Thanksgiving. All right, well, we're headed on, and we will go forth. All right, Burger Box it is, and I do think Burger Box is open. It's been around for a while. My great-grandma used to eat at Burger Box. It's been in the business for a while. It's kind of like, it's kind of hard to describe. It's kind of like a burger street. Have you ever eaten at Burger Street? But they serve kind of like sloppy burgers with kind of crunchy onion rings, or crunchy those spiral things, curly fries. Yeah, they have like the curly fries and stuff like that. And they got a bunch of photos of James Dean on the wall. I don't know why. It's supposed to kind of have like a 1950 flair. The only thing is it doesn't really, I don't know. It's old. It's an old place. I've never eaten there really. I've seen people eat there, but we're about to pick up that burger and drop it off at your doorstep for Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble. Oh, another thing I do recommendations. Check out German in Venice and him in Germany. It is very funny. He did a very good vlog. I was laughing my rear end off. And also I speak a little Deutschland, or a little Deutsch. Sie sprechen Deutsch, nicht so gut. But German in Venice, great vlog. very funny. I was laughing, like crying, laughing. He has a very funny blog about him. I guess I don't know where he's at. He's somewhere in Germany. But he's there walking around with his friend Go-Go and a couple of his other friends, and trying to get them to start a YouTube channel. So it's really funny. Just check it out. All right, we'll be pulling up Burger Box here in just a moment. I just wanted to get these trees. I thought they were kind of pretty. Right over here, kind of see them. There we go. Kind of a maroon colored tree I'd never seen before. Burger Box is kind of in a weird area right off of Industrial. And people don't realize that's where I lost my virginity, was off Industrial when I was about 16. True story. All right, now we're going to turn to the right. Turn to the right. And then we're going to go right over this way. Burger Box. They do Bluebell. And here it is, right on a hill. And they are hiring, and they are open on Thanksgiving. There's the sign right over this way. Right next to Shipley Donuts. Burgers and Shakes. Burger Box. So after you get a burger, you just go over there and get a donut. This guy's Carlton Hurdle. He's gonna play Elvis. The building I'm trying to get is somewhere in here. Looking, I think it might be over there, but I don't know for sure. I just know it's not this building. Let's see here. I don't know. Somewhere in this vicinity. It's nice to have right there. Here we go. Now we found it. This is the right one. That's an interesting thing. This is actually a ball right here. Just sitting outside like a basketball. Why do kids always do that? Leave their basketball in the rain. So maybe they're not going into the sports field. Okay. Here we finally found it. All right, so the next stop is Denny's, so I know they're open. So Denny's does have a new all-day value meal, or it's a value menu, sorry, starting at $5.99. So it's the whole menu at just $5.99. So the sign says water ponding on the freeway. So I guess the guy that wrote it, you know, he was once a poet, or he had a job as a poet, and they got him to write stuff for the roadway stuff. So what are you going to tell people that, you know, there's water on the roadway? Well, we just say water ponding. Oh, okay, yeah. Everybody knows what that means. Yeah, water ponding. The water is ponding on the freeway. Don't just cut the. Just say water ponding. Okay, yeah, everybody knows what that means. Water ponding. I guess the guy that wrote that for the roadway, water ponding, I guess he could have said, there's water, beware. You know, rainwater ahead. Won't be any cats out today, I tell you that. Usually when we go through this area, there were cats everywhere. When Linda and I went through it, a lot of cats. Sometimes I say Linda, but I'm saying Linda. Linda. And Linda. Linda. When Linda and I. There you go. Linda. Sometimes it sounds like I say Lenny, but it's Linda. Linda and I. We went through here and there's a lot of cats. Well, I just saw one cat over here, and then the other cat is right there next to the trash can. So this is Cat Valley, or Cat Alley. Cat Alley, sorry. Cat Alley. Oh, he's drinking. He's drinking from the water. From the water in the gutter. You can see it. He's looking at me. Let's see what we're doing right here. There he is, taking a drink. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. He got brave there for a second. He thought, well, you know, I'll just go right under this truck real quick. That's what gets them killed, is they try to go somewhere, they pick a point and they go, and nope. But he's okay. He's underneath the vehicle back there. Something like a truck or something like that. Seeing if I can see any more cats. Last time we saw like 20 cats. Not in the same area, but all around this area. I took a photo of those cats right there on that little stoop. And it made the cover of the Please Subscribe show. That little stoop back there. There were a bunch of cats kind of clumped up there. I took video and then I screenshotted it later, but people don't realize all this is photography and videography. I guess videography, photography, whatever you want to call it, cinematography, videography. I don't know. It's a lot of things. Well, it's starting to rain. I'm listening to an interview with Elliott Smith. Of course, he passed away back in 2003. It was when he was doing XO. They got him on the some radio station, and some lady was like, wow, you know, XO starts off with you and your guitar, just you and acoustic guitar, and then it just explodes into orchestration with all these different instruments. And then she goes, it sounded like there was a harpsichord on there. And Elliott Smith goes, oh, yeah, that's a tack piano. It's got these things on the end of the hammer that makes it sound like a harpsichord. And it's funny because, you think you know something about a musician, you think there was a harpsichord in there. I don't think he would use a harpsichord. I just thought that was funny. He used a tack piano that sounded similar. And you got to listen to XO. So when I was younger, this was Taco Jocko, or what they called TCJC, so junior college. But then they changed it to a university. So now it's TCC, so it's Tarrant County College. But back in the day, you could do like TCJC, you could take like, I wouldn't say elective courses, but like maybe courses that you wanted to get out of the way in college, like let's say like core classes, like history classes or something like that you wanted to take over, like let's say the summertime. You could get additional credits at TCJC, but now it's TCC, so now it's a Tarrant County College, so it's a university. So it's no longer a community college, now it's a full-on university. So anyway, my mom went here back when it was TCJC. She played a French maid. She was in a play here. I guess she auditioned and got in or something. But yeah, it's a cool little college. I went to another campus and studied like core classes and things like that to get some of my credits during the summertime, so I could graduate sooner.